Captain, I think we found the right product. It's right here. Shongas! Ah!
Hey, I'm Eric Rosebrock from DrummerConnection.com, and today I'm going to give you a non-compensated, unbiased product review. A month ago, I received something really cool in the mail called Shongas. This one's a Shonga, and this one's a Shonga Gyro. And basically what they are is they're shakers that actually have conga tops. And this one can be played like a gyro. So I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but these are really, really, really cool products. They retail at about 50 bucks a piece, and you know, if you're a drummer or a percussionist or even a singer or whatever, I really recommend you guys check these out. They're a lot of fun, and you know, I'm not a big shaker guy, so I don't really play shakers that often. I've got a one shot that I like, but when these came to me, it was kind of like a blessing because it's really inspired me to get creative with just, you know, percussion and other things. So as I said, these are about 50 bucks. They can be tuned, and that's what's really cool. There's tuning keys up on the top. You use a Phillips head screwdriver, and you can change the pitch of the shake. You can change the pitch of the conga tops, and so forth. So here's my little cheesy demonstration of a shaker, and I recently used these in a song, and I'll show you a little clip of that here in a second from a video I filmed just goofing around. And so here's the Shonga, and here's what the shaker sounds like. Now this is coming through my lapel mic. You can also use it as a shot. You know, you could use it like that. All kinds of really cool sounds out of that shaker. And then the Shonga Gyro shaker sounds like this. One of these days I'm going to master the art of shaker because now I got these cool guys and I really like playing them. The one thing I really enjoy about these is they're small and they're portable and they have multiple uses. You know, a shaker by itself could be used as a shaker, but with these you get the conga tops, and they also come with these really cool little mini looking drumsticks. I'm not really even sure what these are. I played them with the tip of the stick. Or I also found to use the tip of the stick as kind of like a pivot point. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Let's talk about the gyro for a second. I really like this too. It's a so that's like a little pattern that I was playing in this song that I made. Pretty cool, right? I mean, I dig that. So, you know, you could also shake them together. Or switch them around if you want. I'm just basically playing drums. I'm playing hi-hat, snare drum. Trying to. Gotta get your body into it. So anyway, that's the two shakers. Now in the video that I filmed, it's called Waterburger, by the way. It was a complete joke. I was just having fun with these shakers and trying to figure out different ways I could record them. In the video, I was standing up and playing them, and what I did was I used a shock mount, which I'm going to show you here in a second, to mount these in. An overhead microphone shock mount and a microphone stand. So let me go grab that and I'll show you what that looks like. So these are basically right here, they're just AKG shock mounts is all that they are. And I kind of wiggled them into place, and then I popped in my Shongas, and what do you know, that's a perfect fit. I did use a little piece of Velcro along the side to basically Velcro these two parts together so that, you know, you can, this is a really, really long piece, but my point is it held them stable, and I was able to, you know, play the Shonga tops, which I really dig these things. So you can tell I'm pretty excited about this product, and indeed I am. For $100, the amount of sounds you can make with these and the reverbs that you can put on them, there's just so many cool things you can do with them. So now remember, I said that whenever I was playing in the video, I flipped it around so that I could actually, these are really small sticks, and I found that left-handed, I wasn't that good with it. So it's going to have to be something that I work on later on. But so anyway, I'm not a conga player, I'm not a Shonga player yet. Something I'm going to learn, but these are some of the sounds that I was making in the video. I'm trying to get my microphone right over it. In the video, I had the microphone mounted off the side of a stand here, and I had the cable, it was just a lapel mic or a lav mic, and I had it mounted right up off of here so that the lav mic was just sitting basically where that drumstick is. So, did you hear my stomach? Oh man, I need to go eat. All right, so one of the cool things about these Shongas is the fact that they can be tuned. You take a Phillips head screwdriver, you have 4 tuning points per Shonga, and you just give it a little turn. You know, be careful not to touch the head with the screwdriver, obviously. And you know, you want to make sure that you just go in small increments. So let me get my Shonga sticks here again. And you know, I'm also the creator of iDrumTech, the mobile drum tuning app for iPhone. So I'm going to throw a shameless plug in here. We're going to try to see what the Shonga is ringing at. It says 845. Which is about an A flat. So let's try to make it go to 880. We're almost there. I am tuning a shaker. Can you believe this? This is what I think is the coolest thing right here is and they're very sensitive. So I'm just going to press in on that just a little bit. .8, and that's really close to an A on this Shonga. So I don't know, you know, that's pretty cool to me that you could tune a Shonga, and the shaker sound is going to sound a little bit higher too, because the shaker beads are hitting up against this this head right here. So in a moment, I'm gonna detune and do a couple other things with these Shongas just to goof around with that. But let's see what the other the Shonga Gyro is at on the top head. iDrumTech says 940. It sounds pretty good to me. I mean, it's a 940 is a B flat, so let's take it up to a 988, which is a B. I'm going to go ahead and shut that tone generator off. So this is going to be a small little turn here. I probably overshot. These are really sensitive on tuning. Oh yeah, I overshot about 80 hertz. So that's what I'm saying. These are 4-point tuning systems. So you know they're you have to deal with that type of tuning woes when you're dealing with 4 tuning lugs. Set at 1,000. I could probably just drop a little bit off of one of these guys. A little bit more. A little bit more. I'm trying to really nail this B that I'm aiming for, this B in the 5th octave. So these little heads, I noticed a little bit, and this is from a product review perspective, that these little heads can easily come out of tune. They're not meant to be fine-tuned to a note, I wouldn't believe, with 4-point tuning systems. So it's going to be a little sensitive. So anyway, that's pretty close to what I'm aiming for. I don't think the human ear is going to be able to distinguish that when you're playing a Shonga. So that was iDrumTech and tuning the Shongas, and that's pretty cool. So those are tuned 1 step apart, an A and a B. And the tuner, I noticed that when you tune these up and you tighten these top heads, the inner beads become really, really responsive, and the attack whenever you're playing them, and the slight like millisecond of resonance that you hear, you can actually hear the tone of that top head in there, especially when you take your finger off the top. So when I started playing this thing, I was like playing it open, and I just kind of gravitated towards putting my finger over the top. It just kind of gives me a less resonant sound, more of a straight shot. So, guys, for $100, I would recommend you send this video to your mom, your sister, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whoever, that might be looking to buy an awesome gift for you, because I firmly believe that these should be on every drummer's drum set, at least one of them. I mean, I would probably go with the gyro version, because you never know when you want to get a little nutty during a song, or just walk around the house going, I mean, those are fun. Call some ducks. Wow. So hunters, if you're looking for a good way to have some fun while you're out shooting guns and killing birds and stuff, here's a duck call for you. All right, now I'm getting a little carried away. But anyway, eccentricsystems.com. These are called the Shonga Gyro. They're both around $50. You pay for the shipping or whatever. I don't know. Check them out on Facebook as well, Eccentric Systems. I'd like to thank Lucas Jacobson for making contact with me and telling me about these really, really cool shakers. Before I go, I promised you that I would detune one. Let's pick this guy and just drop this head down. So much for my A. You hear the shaker drop now? I mean, that is a tunable shaker. I mean, how cool can you get with that? Let's crank it back up. Do you not hear the pitch change in the shaking? That absolutely fascinates me. I love this product, and I think these guys nailed it. Inexpensive, small, portable, can go with you anywhere. It can fit in your coat pocket if you wanted to, and you just whip them out in the middle of the mall and just start shaking your ass. I mean, sorry, a little carried away. But yeah, again, every once in a while a product crosses my path that I really, really just have fallen in love with, and I'm giving it to these guys. The Shonga Gyro and the Shongas are totally awesome. So I highly recommend it, and I can't say anything else. But before we go, I'm going to show you the unspeakable. All right? I have dropped these things 50 times, and every time I pick them up, not a dent on them. I don't recommend you do what I just did, because that's really disrespectful to an instrument. But I'm doing a product review here, And I want to show you that, you know, they still work. And I'm going to play these for the next 10 seconds or so, and I'm going to show you what they sound like with reverb. And the true value in recording these things is when you actually add a little bit of reverb to them and make them just sound amazing. I mean, you could spend 20 minutes, make all kinds of really cool loops with these things. Loop that for, you know, the rest of your song. Or like I said, I'm not a shaker player, so I'm sure you guys could do a million more things with these things. And if you do get them and you record with them, send them to me and send it off to Eccentric Systems and show them what you're doing with their product. I really, really dig this. And if you also want to make your own mounting system like I did, I just improvised. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to revert this because I want my overhead mics back on my drum kit. So there you go. Shonga and Shonga Giro, Eric Rosebrock. You guys, I really appreciate your support and thank you so much. I just want to play with the shakers for a while now. So if you want to keep watching, have fun. If not, you got the point. I love these products. I highly recommend them. So there's my testament. The only product in the world that makes me really want to put a wig and some Elvis glasses on and just shake my ass off. I feel like a moron, but I'm having fun. So I hope you're having fun. Say hello to my little friends. All right, now we're in my sound booth where I recorded the audio files of the Shongas and the shakers. So we're going to take a quick listen to what we can do with them with reverbs and maybe even some EQ and compression. Now keep in mind you're hearing this right now through my my camera mic. So whenever I actually get the video done and edited, I'll pop in a couple bounces so you'll be able to hear them. But this is what they sound like dry. Or, so you get the point. Let's add a little bit of compression to that. And EQ. So I just cut all the high off. Like I said, I'm not a shaker player, so yeah, whatever. Or can you see that? Let's just leave them their natural EQ. I love the way it sounds. I'm not even going to mess with it. What I am going to do is I'm going to add a little reverb now. And in Logic, I like the mono to stereo platinum verb. It's pretty easy to use. I mean, you can get it with Spatial Designer and do all kinds of other crazy things, but I like this one. Or no reverb. No. Here's that beginning part with some reverb. Or and in the song that I created, I'll show you the Shongas and stuff. You know, so I'm not really a big shaker player. I've never really played shaker for anybody or anything other than whenever I got these shakers and, you know, just little stuff in the past, maybe making a loop or something. You know, and speaking of loops, we're going to talk about that here real quick, because if you don't have the muscle memory or the ideas, you can always jump into like Logic and GarageBand and half the other, you know, recording software out there that you can use to go through the loop libraries and look for shakers, and you can just sit here and practice to those things. So they actually have a category in Logic called shaker. So here we have I'm trying to figure it out, you know, just by listening. You know, it's going to take me a couple hours in here one day just sitting around playing shakers to become really proficient at it, but Shonga Giro, get them. I really recommend these things, and like I said, I've dropped them. Ah, man, there they go again.
not a scratch on them. Heavy duty, awesome product, cheap, inexpensive, easy to pack around, doesn't take up a lot of space, great gift idea, great everything. I mean, there's nothing wrong that I can find about this awesome Shonga Gyros.
It'll work. So this is Eric Rosebrock from DrummerConnection.com. Please leave me a comment, press like, subscribe to my channel, and I'll keep doing more product reviews for you guys. I enjoy doing this stuff, and I need your support in gaining more power behind our product reviews. So every time you subscribe, you press like, you give me some feedback, it really inspires me to want to do more of these reviews.